You know, I freaking love tools. I have a lot of them, and if you're a subscriber to this channel, which I'm sure you are, well, you would know that I bring a lot of them here for you to check out. But every once in a while, I come across a tool that I use way more than every other tool that I own. Something that I use constantly that really helps me out with just about every project that I do. And today we got one of those tools right here.
Awkward.
That's right, this is the Dewalt 20 volt max cordless orbital sander. And man, does it look a hell of a lot different than when I brought it home. Yep, I used and abused it, but how well has it held up in those 2 years?
Yeah, that's right. I'm gonna find out how well this sander has held up. By the time I'm done with this video, you're gonna know whether or not it is worth buying. We're gonna talk about all the things that I like about it, one or two things that I don't like about it, how is it held up, can it take the abuse, is it worth the money? But I'm only going to do that if you smeesh that like button below. Go ahead, smeesh it.
Yeah, now that you squeezed that like button, let's talk about some of the things I've been using this on. Not only for sanding woodwork and all that good stuff, but I have been using this on the sheetrock and the mudding nonstop. I use this so much during the build of the new TRZ studio, I can't even tell you. I sanded all of the woodwork before I painted it. I sanded all of the mud to get it nice and smooth.
So smooth.
I have used it for hours upon hours upon hours. It's probably one of the most used tools during this entire build. Yeah, that's right.
And even though I probably would have taken a lot longer to do that room if I didn't have this, that's where one of the negatives reared its ugly head. Let's talk about that first. I use the 3M sanding sheets. I love them. I think they work really great and you get a lot of use out of these things. But what I noticed with this sander, whether or not you're using these or your conventional sanding pads, is it only picks up fine dust when you're like this. If you're working like this or above you, all of that fine particulate is getting blown out of these filters over here. The motor, when everything's spinning in there, takes that fine particulate and kicks it out the side. And that sucks. However, what I did was I bought one of these. Instead of using the bag to collect the dust, I went out and bought a shop vac or vacuum attachment. Now this ran me about $19 on Amazon. It's a vacuum attachment and it ran me about $20. I'll leave a link in the description below for you. And now that I put the vac attachment on, this thing works amazing picking up the finest particles. The one thing that drives me a little crazy about Dewalt is they always leave stuff out like this. So I wish this would have been included considering this a safety thing, but for $20, I paid for it and whatever. It just works much, much better. However, that is my only negative about this entire sander. I've been using it for 2 years and I have beaten the crap out of it.
Yeah, this is what it looked like during the first video. It was all clean and shiny, real nice like, and it doesn't look like that anymore. It makes me sad. But the function on this, so easy. You just scroll that knob, you adjust your speed. I do have all the specs in the other video, which I'll put an end card at the end of this video for you to check out if you want to know about those. But again, you can adjust it to high, you can adjust it to low. That on and off switch, very easy to get to. As for weight, not that bad. As for balance, not that bad. You get the bigger battery on there, well, you're gonna notice it. If you're sanding flat down, well, you don't have to worry about anything. But if you're sanding above your head, well, you're gonna notice there's a little bit of an unbalance with that larger battery. It also uses the 5-inch Velcro style sanding discs, which are really easy to find. I use the Diablo and they work perfectly for me on this. The vibration on this, not so bad, especially when you're applying pressure. If you apply pressure to it, well, you barely even feel it. The higher you go with the RPMs, the more, of course, you will feel it, but still, definitely not that bad compared to a pneumatic sander. It really does a good job, and that padding up on top really allows for better ergonomics. You're not feeling that. You're not going to worry about halves. That's right, HAVS, hand-arm vibration syndrome. And again, when you are sanding palm down, with wood, it does a really good job picking up that particulate and throwing it into the bag. The bag also stays on there real tight. Don't have to worry about it coming off. It actually locks on there, so that is really nice as well. Even the tighter areas I was able to get into. I thought that I was going to have trouble because it is a little bit more bulky, a little bit more thick than your pneumatics, but don't worry about it. If you need to get into those tight areas, this will allow you to get in there depending on which way you're holding this. So I was actually surprised with how versatile this sander actually was and is. Now real quick, a lot of people asking in the last video, what is the orbital action? What does it do? Check it out.
When I turn it on here,
you can see that not only is that pad spinning, but it is vibrating. The higher you turn those RPMs up, the more action you're going to get. So yeah, basically it's spinning and vibrating, which will allow you to take a lot of material off if you needed to. It works fantastico.
and not only that, the damn thing is powerful. No matter what I put it up against, it doesn't slow down, it doesn't stop, it doesn't hesitate, it just goes. Especially up on high, man, this thing is a beast. And this brushless. So there you go all. What are my thoughts at the end of the day? This thing is fantastic. This is my favorite sander, the best I have ever used. If you're looking for a cordless sander, I'm telling you, check out this Dewalt. It is fantastico. In other words, it's real nice. But I really do love it. I use it for freaking everything, and it just held up so well and does a fantastic job. I could not be happier. But I want to know what you think. Have you used the Cordless Orbital Dewalt Sander? And if you have, what do you think about it? Do you like it? What don't you like about it? Leave me a comment in the comment section below. I love hearing your feedback. Now, if you like this video, for help you in any sort of way, please don't forget to smash that like button, as it's greatly appreciated. And if you like these type of videos, don't forget to get subscribed and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on anything new coming your way. I'll also put a video here and a video here for you to check out. And with that, we'll be back with more videos soon.